Do you feel the vibes?
Yo!
Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, these are ALPHAZULU737, Holden and Ethan. They're from the United States. What do you guys want to say to this beautiful chat? Nothing. This is a really nice way to start. Guys,
actually a really cool template, dude. What the heck?
oh my god, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That template, though.
Oh, don't you? And don't you like the effect, the light effects? Oh my god, look, another 10 pins. Thank you very much for the 10 pins. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is Holden, and this is Ethan. Holden is with the yellow shirt, Ethan with the blue shirt. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. Hold up. Did you find those borders? That looks really nice. What the heck?
I found them and I remade them.
Yeah, I was wondering because it matches with your background. It looks really cool.
It does?
Anyway.
Oh, that's incredible. So yeah, the name is really easy. ALPHAZULU737. For you guys don't know, Alpha, Zulu, Bravo, that comes from aviation, more like code. And 737 because aviation again. So you can guess what these guys basically do. They more or less stream aviation stuff. Just like me at the beginning, I used to stream aviation as well, and now these both brothers, they are streaming on a dual yoke panel. Is that correct? And and there you go. They stream Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't think they ever streamed X-Plane 11.
No, we stick with Microsoft Flight Sim. We're not really X-Plane people, but anyways.
But yeah, okay. So how do you guys like the Microsoft Flight Simulator? What do you guys think about it? What do you have to say about this game?
I would say, my honest opinion, it's a really cool game. The graphics look amazing, obviously, but pushback and pushing back in the game and trim are something they definitely need to work on. But other than that, yeah, no, it's really an awesome game.
It is. So, how about the graphics? What do you guys think about USA? Since you guys are from the USA, can you just remind you what area are you from the USA?
Oh yeah, so we're in the big old state of Texas, right?
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty fun here in America. I think the graphics from Microsoft Flight Simulator in America look actually really nice. Do you remember whenever we went to that Navajo Bridge? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, that was seriously just updated. Like literally the update the night before. That was seriously just updated whenever we went there. And so it was kind of funny. But yeah, basically whenever Microsoft Flight Simulator had updated all these new locations and stuff, they had literally updated the few locations that we went to. I think that's funny, you know.
It actually is. So will you advise actually Microsoft Simulator to other streamers that like aviation, or actually that people that like simulation games? For example, there's a lot of people that like Euro Truck Simulator, Train Simulator, and this is a big game. This is a game from Microsoft. Would you guys advise this game, or you just pass by and say, no, just leave it for me because I don't want other people to play it?
No, honestly, I would advise it because it's fun. Even ATC, if they play, there's more people in the game, and ATC actually responds to those people, right? So you could actually do some pattern work, say if they're trying to land at the runway you are, or something like that. So yeah, I would advise it to anyone. Okay.
And the next question is, it's easy and simple. It goes going on what we're talking about. It's all about Flight Simulator. LPW, thank you very much for the host, man. Why do you play Microsoft Flight Simulator, or why do you play aviation?
Wait, hold up real fast. I saw Midnight Raven put something in your chat that asked if we could turn up our mic sound. We cannot.
Okay, let me try to do it. Let me try. I can, I think. Try now.
Yeah. How is that?
Chat, are you hearing it better? If not, I can actually do something right here. Talk now.
Yeah. Oh, Lee 7 has said better.
Okay. It should be better now.
Better. All right. 10 times better. All right. Cool.
Okay. Perfect.
So, anyways, Well, your last question was how did we get into Microsoft Flight Sim?
Yes. Is there something behind, like, for example, would you love to become a pilot in the future, or it's louder? Is it louder? Is it better? I'll leave it like that, and if it's, I think it's good now. Okay, perfect.
Anyways, basically, I think it all started a few years ago. Actually, you know what? This story is mainly about Holden, so yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I got this story. So basically, there's a little old mobile game called Infinite Flight, and it's from the iOS. I don't know if it's on Android, but I loved it. It was a beautiful, fun little game. And you know, it was pretty realistic. ATCs, like, you can't actually talk or anything. It's all like computer generated ATCs and stuff. But yeah, there's a big online server. There's a big old there's a casual server, a training server, and an expert server. All three servers are really fun to play on, and that kind of got me into aviation. I don't know how. It just did. I mean, it was semi-realistic, not near as realistic as what we have here right now, but pretty realistic nonetheless. And so I just started playing that.
Thank you for the
Played
10
that
bits.
but basically, I played that for maybe like, what is it, 6, maybe 7 months, for a long time, and then we're like, you know what, we have a computer now, and mine as well. Let's go buy FSX, and so bought FSX. Only got better. My experience only got better, and now we're on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, we've yet to try X-Plane. I don't know why. I haven't really. I don't know. I've just stuck with Microsoft ever since they came out, but also I have X-Plane iOS on my phone. I think it's like X-Plane 10. And so I mean that game's pretty fun as well, but then again, it's not like a global world, because Infinite Flight is like globally. Like you can fly anywhere you want.
True.
And that's not how X-Plane works on their mobile sims. But yeah.
Nice. I'm just gonna say something to my chat. So really quick, ladies and gentlemen, I will thank you everyone for like following, or for hosting, or for the bits after the podcast ends, because since we're in the middle of the conversation, it's gonna be hard to actually look, and thank you all. And as well, at the end, basically 10 minutes before the podcast finishes, if you have any questions to ask the brothers, feel free to ask it. I'll read it, or maybe they will read it as well, and they will answer the question if I miss the question, so that's something else. So I was gonna ask you, so for example, as you know, I'm a cabin crew. Wouldn't you like to be a cabin crew, or wouldn't you like to be a real-time pilot in real life, or would you just stick into this game?
Yeah. So actually, that was something I kind of hoped Holden would hit on before, but since he didn't, I will say this. So, my interest in aviation, like a few months ago, I really had no interest in aviation, but once we got this, I don't know, a pilot I think would be fun. I don't know. I hear that like time away from family and stuff like that is a downside of piloting, but I do think that would be fun. But no, Holden's case, he would really want to be an air traffic controller whenever he grows up, so that's basically like his end goal. That's like his career, that he, like his dream career, I guess you could say. So yeah,
that is really cool. So as everyone knows that follows you on Twitch, you guys do Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, and you are actually not just flying on a controller, keyboard and mouse, or just a simple yoke. You guys are actually flying on a dual panel. You are actually well prepared. How realistic does it feel? And if you guys want to share the experience, how expensive is it to get one?
So I'll hit on your first question. Holden will talk about the price. So basically, the realism goes up 1,000%. It literally feels like you're inside of a cockpit. Everything is like everything that's being displayed on like the radio panels or instruments are exactly what's being displayed on the game in like real time. So it really just brings an amazing amount of truism and realism to the game. And then Holden will hit on the price. So yeah, obviously it becomes a whole lot more interactive. Like just as soon as you get simple dials that you can just dial in certain radio frequencies and turn it from active to standby. I mean, it's literally awesome. I mean, it turns up the interactiveness 1,000%. But to answer your other question, the price was definitely not cheap. Partly because our 6-pack that we have, right? Our 6 flight instrument panels that we have cost a lot of money, but it's around What is it around? It's around like 2,000, maybe 2,500. Yeah, it's around 2,500 USD. And especially if you want to add all of our add-ons, like we added on some calibration things to our yoke. What else did we add on?
You just added,
yeah, we added some software as well. We added some software.
The tablet.
Well, no, we don't. Oh, yeah, of course, they are 2 iPads. But then again, Ethan and I mean, we're not cheapskates like per se, but we use all that's available. And so seriously, our 2 iPads are probably first generation. I mean, this iPad that I have is like iOS 5, but guess what? I only need Sky Vector, right? I only need something that can pull up a website to put on here. And so if you want to buy all the most expensive stuff you can, but if you just can scavenge around your house, you can find free stuff literally everywhere. I mean, that's how we have 4 or 5 different monitors around our setup, you know. I think that's pretty fun.
No, actually, to add on to what Holden was saying, basically we have all these super old kids books, and we literally had no reason to even keep them.
Okay.
But then, like, whenever we needed to lift something up to try to get like a few inches up so we could get our TVs over our panel just to see, we literally just stacked books underneath our TV. It's hilarious, but it works like perfectly. So
that is amazing. So you of course, you know, and my chat as well knows, you guys are the first on my podcast. What do you guys think about this layout? Would you guys like it? Would you like to get more approval? What do you guys think about it?
No, this is actually awesome. I'm just looking more on it. I love how you have like chat on it where people could see you. And then our Twitch names and like tags and stuff like that. I think that's absolutely awesome.
Okay, so moving on. That's it.
Well, actually, I'm wondering if there's like a little thing you could add, like question corner or something like that, where like only questions would go to, but I don't even know if that's possible. So, yeah.
That might be possible, but I'll look forward into that. What was I gonna say? So now talking about you guys, we talked about the game. We talked about Microsoft Flight Simulator. Everyone knows you're aviation fans. Everyone knows your real love for aviation. But now about you guys. We already know that maybe Holden wants to be an ATC controller. You may be into a pilot. Who knows? Life. You guys are young. Maybe life is gonna decide what you guys are gonna do. I was, for example, from my experience, I thought I always wanted to become a cabin crew, like since maybe age of 6, and of course, I left that idea behind until the year of let me just correct me, the year 2017. So that means 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I went to Ryanair, and honestly, I thought, well, I'm never going to become a cabin crew, and it actually did. So yeah, don't quit about what you guys want to do. Don't think that, oh my god, you're going to be away from home. Look at me. It's not because of COVID that I'm actually at home a lot, like right now. Well, it is. But honestly, on my normal schedule, in normal summertime, I'm more time at home than I'm actually out of home. It depends what company you go for and what job you want to do. Of course, that if you go, for example, for I would say, let's see, American Airlines, yeah, you maybe gonna be a lot of time out of home. But if you are working for, I don't know, WestJet, I'd say WestJet. Well, not WestJet, sorry. What's the low cost? I forgot about it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Southwest, yeah. For example. You guys are going to be always home because I don't think they're doing lost. Like, it depends the company, it depends what you want, or maybe it can be the other way. Like, for example, when I used to work at Ryanair, I was never at home, and it was a low-cost airlines. But when I was at, when I am at SmartWings, actually, at the moment, I'm more time at home than I'm actually out of home. The most of the time that I've spent out of home was like 1 week. And it all depends. So, basically, now again to you guys, talking about life. What was the most incredible experience that you ever had in terms of like, or aviation or vacations or like anything, like the most incredible experience? Not in game, of course.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. In terms of aviation, I guess it was probably, I didn't even experience this. It was we were just getting into a flight, well, I don't think you'd understand. We were just getting into a flight on like a 737 or something like that, and Holden was able to go in the cockpit because the pilot for some reason let him in there, and he was able to just like look around and touch the different like buttons and stuff. But that had to have been a really cool experience. But yeah, that's basically the coolest thing I've got.
But yeah. So basically, I was able to sit in the captain seat, and I think this is before they did well, obviously it was before push and start, but yeah, there was just this pilot. We were walking into this plane, and the pilot was like, "Hey, you want to sit in the captain seat?" And I said, "Sure." And so then I just sat in the captain seat, and this was like only a couple years ago, and so I just ended up talking to him just for a little bit while we were boarding the plane. But I was gonna say another thing. Basically, Ethan's friend, Ethan and me, we all went up to the DFW tower. Like literally the DFW International Tower. And at this point it was closed. It was actually closed for renovation. And this tower was seriously right on Spine Road. It was an air traffic controller tower, right? Just to confirm. But it's like literally smack dab right in the middle of the airport. And one of the coolest things is that we saw an A380 landing from Sydney, and it came up to DFW, and we saw that thing land literally inside of the air traffic controller tower in Dallas Fort Worth. And it's awesome, dude. The amount of dust that flares up, you can see them kind of jolt around whenever they first turn off autopilot to manually control and land the airplane. And the fact that he can, I don't know, it was just super cool. And then you just kind of wait as he slows down and then taxis off the runway. It's pretty nice. It's pretty cool.
I'm seeing in the chat a question for you guys, and I think you guys answered, and I actually forgot about it. Lee7 is actually asking you guys, how much more or less did it cost you, all of the equipment?
So mainly just for the flight sim gear, it was around 2,000, although we got a good deal. Oh, 2,000 USD. We got a good deal on our instruments. They were like $20-ish off. So I think it ended up around like 900 something. But around the same time, we were actually just getting a PC. So that was another, however much the PC was, maybe like another 900. So I don't know. Oh no, yeah, my bad. 1,900 for all the flight equipment, and then 900 for like the PC. So probably around 3,000 USD. I don't know, more or less.
Yellow has a question. Do you guys speak Filipino?
All right, so I mean, I've given off so much of my personal information, so I probably said that we are half Filipino, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't care how you got that information, Yellow, because I probably told you personally. It doesn't matter. But yeah, so both Ethan and I, yeah, we're half Filipino, and in the national language in the Philippines, of course, Tagalog. And no, we don't speak Tagalog, but we do know a few words like here and there.
You said it live.
Okay, but I mean, we do know a few words here and there. It's not like we can complete a sentence or anything.
Can you say some words?
But then again, our grandparents on my mom's side, since my mom is the one that is from the Filipino descent, they can speak fluent Tagalog, dude. I mean, they can speak it all day, every day. I mean, they've gone to the Philippines once every probably 3 or 4 years. And they're still fluent in that. My mom can understand it. She can't speak it though. But yeah, I mean, it's also really cool because Tagalog is a fascinating language, to say the least. It's not funny, but it's cool to just hear them speak. And stuff.
Can we hear your like 1 or 2 words?
Well, quite honestly, the words we know happen to be bad words, or
doesn't
words
care. Nobody's
that are
gonna know.
very
So.
weird.
Nobody's
all
gonna
right,
know.
fine. You know what? Yeah, we don't have to say what
Ladies
it
and
is.
gentlemen,
So
this stream is now PG-18.
Bajo. And then oh god, I'll start saying like food words because I know a lot of food. So adobo, sinigang, I know, but that's technically Tagalog. Punsit, I don't know, a bunch of random stuff like that. Who knows?
Okay, another question comes from the chat, and it comes from Lee7 is, what made you want to stream? And actually, that's a good question because I wanted to ask you, and I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so this actually, whenever we first got the panel, right, we never had in our mind we'll stream with it, right? This was mainly just for enjoyment. We wanted to learn from it, stuff like that. But then whenever we were looking into Microsoft Flight Simulator, like Twitch and stuff, because we wanted to learn more about the game, we realized nobody really has a panel, and it would be really cool if people could watch someone that has a whole panel, like that. So we were like, you know what? Let's just try out streaming, and then all of a sudden I think, yeah, you were literally like the first person who ever reached out to us, and we're like, yo, what you do looks cool, or your panel looks awesome, or something like that. So ever since then, we've gotten into streaming. But yeah.
And how are you guys enjoying it?
I would say it is super fun. It's super fun to entertain people, and the community's awesome. So yeah.
I just know you guys recently got to 75 followers. You guys are on the road to 100 followers. What would be a dream goal on followers from today in a year?
In a year? Ethan just said 700 million, but for some reason I don't think that's really that reachable. But to be honest, dude, goals. I mean we can hit a milestone, that's awesome and stuff, but we don't really have any plans. Just like all of our streams, we don't have any plans on literally anything that we do. You can tell us to go play a whole different game, and we're like, all right, man, it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. We don't really have any goals. I mean, we don't really have any plans to really do anything. I mean, we literally just started streaming, what, maybe 4 months ago, and you know, I mean, we just went into this aviation community, and we're like, there's no one here that has this universal of a, how do you say it? This universal of a cockpit, right?
It's
because
true.
there is one person. What's his name? He is SimFest UK, and he spent 80,000 euro on building literally an entire 747. I mean, obviously not the cabin or anything, an entire 747 cockpit.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's awesome. That's really cool. You can play that in Microsoft Flight Simulator, totally accessible. But then again, what else can you fly? You can't fly an X-Cub in that, right? You can't fly a CRJ or a CCX, or literally you can't fly anything but a 747. And so that's why I'm like, this panel is awesome, because it can literally fit with any plane.
That's true.
It can fit with single
And
piston.
I can confirm it.
Well, it can. Other than what's it called? What's that thing called? Oh, the Antonov. The Antonov, I think 224, where that has 6 engines. But other than that, I mean, this can literally be accessible with any sort of airplane. And so that's why I like the dual yoke panel. To be honest, I forget what question you even asked me. I just started ranting off.
That's basically it.
Okay.
Another question from LBW. The question is, would you do a tour of the United States during the Christmas holidays on Microsoft Flight Simulator?
So I actually, ever since I saw this question in your chat, I've been thinking. So we are off a lot in Christmas break, but our streams usually run for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. So along the period of time that we're off, that would actually be super fun to do. Just like see a bunch of different random places in US and like land and then take off from the same place the next stream or something like that. So yeah, I mean, that would definitely be something cool to do, especially during Christmas time. So yeah.
Daniel, this is exactly what I'm talking about whenever I say that we literally go with the flow and we don't have any plans, because literally just now, in the past 2 minutes, we just decided what we're going to be streaming over Christmas break. I mean, this is how we stream, right? We genuinely, it doesn't matter what we do. If our community likes it, then our community likes it. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't know. I was looking at the chat. I was like, why didn't the hello motherfucker just pop up? That was weird. That was kind of weird, because Bald Game Crazy, he just redeemed it, and it was like, what the heck? Why did it not just go off? Like, okay, but that's
weird.
That is kind of weird. But okay.
Yeah. Do you have sound alerts on that scene?
Oh, I think I know why it didn't come out here. Guys, save your points. Just to let you know, guys, I'll refund you those 500 points. Save the points when I'm in game, because on podcasts the points for the sound alerts will not work. I just figured it out because I didn't link it yet, but I will link it. I will link it soon. What was the other question? I had another question, but okay. I see another question for Holden. When do you think that you will start? Whoa! When do you start? You will no. when do you think you will start ATC training?
When do you think you will start ATC training? Literally probably right after I graduate high school. And yeah, after I graduate high school, let's see, there's like 36 different air traffic controlling, they call it air traffic management bachelor degrees. And there's 36 schools that offer it, and they're all throughout the U.S. Of course, you know, Embry-Riddle offers it, OU offers it, I think Purdue offers it. I mean, a whole bunch of colleges offer it. And so yeah, I mean that's probably whenever I'm gonna, you know, whenever I go off to college is whenever I'm gonna be,
It's true.
you know, starting to what is it?
Think
you know,
about
do
it,
some
and
training.
of course.
Yeah,
So how about Europe? Have you
No,
ever
we have
visit Europe, or would you like to visit Europe? And if yes, where?
Okay, so no, we have never visited Europe. We were actually, since Holden's about to finish high school and it's kind of like his last few years home, we were planning on, I think, going out of country somewhere. Don't exactly know where, but since COVID hit, stuff like that, I don't think we will be doing that anytime soon. But I would love to see Europe. I know my mom would love to see parts of Europe. I don't exactly know where it is. It's does anyone know where Beethoven was from? Because that's where my mom would like to see, and I think that'd be cool to
I
see
have no
also.
idea.
But yeah.
the only reason I would want to go to Europe, and I've said this multiple times, really the only reason I would want to go to Europe is to see London Heathrow. Just visit the airport, see the runways, and other than that, that's it. I mean,
Really?
I mean Heathrow is so nice. I mean, obviously I've seen pictures of it. You know, I know a whole ton about the airport, but it's just I want to experience that airport feeling in Heathrow. So, I mean that's why I would go over to Europe.
He is
So, yeah.
German, just to let you guys know, German.
Oh, Germany. All right.
There you go. So, another question. So basically now it's kind of a little challenge. Okay. So imagine you guys, since you guys are aviation lovers, and this is gonna be a little task for you on the podcast. You are on a flight going to Bora Bora, and suddenly the plane crashes. You guys survive. You're the only two survivors. You have no help. You have no black box. You have no nothing. You are basically on your own. You landed on an island. How would you think you guys, both of you, would survive?
I would say sacrifice Holden so I can have food, and then after that, yeah, no, that's it. I should probably be able to survive for a good couple weeks, and then I'm dead. So yeah.
How about you, Holden?
I have a gun.
There you go. He has a
And-
gun.
This may or may not be premeditated murder. But then again, no, I'm kidding. So basically, I have seen so much air disasters. I don't know if you know that Smithsonian channel, but it's called Air Disasters. And basically, it's a whole bunch of people who are basically in plane crashes, and a lot of them die. To be honest, the few that survive, how do I say this? The few that survive, end up dying. That's mainly what I was gonna say. So, if we were in a plane crash, we're probably gonna die.
So
That's just my thing.
good luck with
But
that.
I totally avoided the question. I know that,
you actually did avoid it. So I have another question for you that comes from the
All right,
chat.
all right.
They're asking, what is the most coldest temperature for you guys? Try to say it in Celsius, maybe, but if you can't, try
yeah,
to...
that's what I need to figure out. Okay, so I'm gonna answer both what the coldest ever was for us and then what we consider cold. So
Okay.
basically, actually, Holden's gonna look it up real fast. So I would say like the coldest Celsius it's ever gotten here in Texas, yeah, I would say 0, freezing, whatever y'all's freezing temperature is.
So
'cause it
phasmophobia,
snowed, like,
basically.
once, yeah. But then no, I would say for us.
0, yeah.
No, yeah, I would say cold for us is like 21 Celsius.
Cold for
And
you
I know
guys?
that's very warm,
That
but
is really
that's cold for
20,
us.
21 for us is like, wow.
Yeah, wait,
Um,
because we're used to like 100-degree
it's,
Fahrenheit.
it's true. Just to share you a little experience, my coldest temperature that I experienced ever was -44 Celsius,
Well, yeah, I think you're gonna die.
and that was in Toronto.
So our like main temp, here in Texas, that usually is what happens during the 4-month period over summer. It's usually about 44 degrees Celsius, and that's 110 degrees Fahrenheit.
Exactly.
And dude, like this is what Texans are used to, bro. I mean, we're not used to that 22, 21 degrees Celsius. We're used to the 110 degrees Fahrenheit, or you know, the 44 degrees
Exactly.
Celsius. I mean, that's what we're used to. And so I probably have, how many pants do I have in my room? I probably have a solid 3 pants in my room.
Wow.
But you know how many shorts I have? I have probably, how many shorts do I have? 25, maybe 30. I mean, it's literally, I don't know.
I'm exactly the opposite, basically.
It's literally, it's probably like like 6 degrees Celsius today, and we're bundled up. Like, luckily we're inside, so we're not like wearing jackets or anything. But whenever you go outside in Texas, you will see everyone wearing like heavy coats, because it is cold today.
Wow.
That's what y'all don't understand.
It is cold. It is cold today here in France as well. It's 4 degrees, and maybe around other places, it's cold as well. Apparently in England, it's snowing. So, yeah. So, this is basically it. I don't know if anyone else has any other question. You guys got to know a little bit of these two brothers. They stream on Twitch. The name of the stream and the name of their channel is right above the chat on the screen. Drop them a follow if you haven't followed them. Go see them one time or another. Just follow them. They're great. They have lots of fun. They have troubles, of course, with landing, but it's actually normal, and that is actually what makes the stream fun. That is actually what makes the stream fun. That is actually where you guys have the moment to actually chill and see they're really like the chance of and I'll tell you, you know, later before chat, we were talking about a question that was what would you do in case of survival. That didn't come from nowhere, because if you go to their stream, the chances of not surviving is a lot.
Okay. That was like the worst compliment. No, but in all seriousness though, I love it that like you find the best part of our streams is whenever we crash, which believe me is not on purpose.
No, but honestly, it's there. And this is another thing. This is another thing where we can get to their part of the stream chat, which is flying a dual yoke is not easy. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, check them out. They're awesome. They give the biggest effort they can give it, because believe me, they're young and trying to fly a real plane, which Microsoft Flight Simulator actually does a real job of flying. And they can actually take off and land. Of course, their land is not the perfect, but they can land. That's the most important thing. But guys, like literally, it is not like easy at all. So be proud of them. Check them out. Do you guys want to say when you guys are live?
Yeah, actually tomorrow at, I guess whatever time you started your stream today is whenever we're live. So what is that, 9 p.m. UTC?
9 p.m. UTC.
No, so that would be
Or GMT.
21 UTC, whatever. But yeah, so we are live tomorrow at that time, doing Microsoft Flight Simulator. But yeah, no, y'all definitely don't have to join, or anything. So yeah.
Of course you have to join, ladies and gentlemen. You have to join. A big thank you to Alpha Zulu. They're going to be joining me right away on Phasmophobia, I think. Is that correct?
Yes, we will definitely. I believe Holden will be for the first little bit.
Okay.
That might get us down for something, but yeah.
And whoever wants to join, I think Sinter and Midnight Raven wants to join me as well. So we might be a squad of 4. But that's basically it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a little break. And we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yeah.